Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Mike. My channel is Mike Fixed It. I'm the owner of a 2019 Mustang GT convertible, and today we are going to take a look at the OBDLink MX Plus. This is an OBD scanning tool. We're going to plug it into the Mustang and we're going to see what it can do. Some of the things that this adapter does: first, it connects via Bluetooth. It displays car information like error codes. There's a scan tool. You can go in here, you can say what the year of your vehicle is, what state you're in, and it will scan and see if there's any inspection type issues, so you know whether or not you're going to fail based on emissions or the engine sensors before you go to inspection. It also allows you, I think the plus implies that there's some other features. You can add some additional manufacturer specific diagnostic software to this. In this case, we're going to download the Ford MS-CAN. Now, MS-CAN is additional information. It's not just the engine modules that are sending out information. MS-CAN also includes information like HVAC, the audio control, driver seat, driver door, some of the remote functions, climate control, digital satellite, front controls, interior lighting, high beam control, side obstacle detection. You get the idea. It lets you see and perhaps alter, at least diagnose, a lot of the other information that's going back and forth in the operating system that's running these highly computerized cars. So let's go plug in this device, and I'll show you some screen grabs, and we'll take the car out for a ride, and I'll show you what some of the data looks like as we do some data logging. Stay tuned. In the Mustang and on most cars, the OBD port is located in the driver's footwell. So here is the OBD port. We're going to plug the dongle into the port, and as you can see, we get some status lights. Power is the green light. The blue light is Bluetooth. Now this hooked right up with my phone because I previously paired my phone with this device, so the connection was instantaneous. If I wanted to, I could plug this into another vehicle and it would pair automatically with my phone. So we're going to launch the OBDLink software, and then what we're going to do is turn on the ignition. Don't start the car, just start up the accessories. Then once that's started, we can hit connect on the software. So once we're connected, you can go in and you can check your settings. You can look at your preferences. You can look at your vehicle settings. If you put in your VIN, it will pull back information and you can provide additional information. We can also go in there and take a look at diagnostics. Right now it's reading the codes, and I didn't expect to have any problems, but it says that there's no trouble codes detected, and you have some additional information. If you go into dashboards, you have a series of different screens where you can configure the different dashboards, and you can see different sensors, and you can read different pieces of data. We'll go ahead and we'll start it up on this dashboard, and you can see it come to life. So there you go. You can see the different pieces of data that it's receiving: the RPM, the mass airflow sensor, engine temperature, fuel rate, battery, miles per hour. These are pretty nice. You can reconfigure this. It works horizontally and vertically. If you like a more digital approach, you can switch it over, and you can also select the different types of data that you want to display. And if you want to, you can go in here and you can configure the specifics for each gauge. going to go into maps. It appears to be starting a new route, and let's just check to see. For log item, we have vehicle speed selected. That's perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start logging this trip. Now, of course, I'm just driving on public roads, but if you can imagine, if this was a road course, you would have a detailed display of exactly how fast you're going and in what turns. I mean, it's really pretty incredible the way this keeps track of things. Here, I'm going to loop through this parking lot just so you can see just how much detail is provided in these maps. Here, we'll do a quick K-turn. So we've just pulled into a parking spot. Now, one of the cool things is you can switch back to the dashboard screen and you can be monitoring your gauges while you're driving, but it's continuing to record your map session in the background. Menu, map mode. There we go. Look at those beautiful clouds reflecting in that photograph of the lake. Now, one of the bits of information that you can gather is altitude in addition to longitude and latitude. I haven't tried that yet, but now that I'm climbing this hill, it makes me think, hey, that would be kind of cool. I suppose if you're doing a road course that has ups and downs, you know, different changes in altitude, that would be very interesting adding that data onto your data log. Looking Mazda hot on my tab. The hell is that? Oh, he wanted to do that. In the bottom of that car. Now I'm finding this kind of interesting. I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but the speed on my speedometer on the car says 35 right now. The speed on the phone display says 34. Now it's down to 30. It looks like the speedometer is recording about 1 mile an hour faster than the OBD. Okay, I know this is a silly example, but we are going to see if we can test 0 to 60 on this ramp. let's go back to maps. And we're gonna head back to the house and see what some of this data looks like. Well, that was a fun ride, but it's good to be back because it's still pretty cold out there. Listen, I appreciate the fact that you've made it to this point in the video. Right now the weather's been kind of crazy outside in the Northeast, so I really look forward to getting back outside doing more adventurous car videos, more fixed-it videos. In the meantime, I hope you like these product reviews and the other types of content that we're putting out there. If you like the stuff, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave your comments. I absolutely love hearing from you, and I try to respond to everybody who leaves a comment. So thanks very much. Turn on those post notifications if you haven't already, and I'm going to continue coming up with as many ideas as I can just to get us through the winter with the content until we can get the heck outside and bring you some more spring outdoor fast and furious car content. So I appreciate that. All right, let's dig into some of the data that we've gathered on our little ride. I'm going to sum this up pretty quick. I'll show you the data, I'll give you my final point of view, and then we'll get you on your way. So thanks for watching. Here we go. So we are offline right now. We are not connected to the Bluetooth device. So we are just going to read the log files that we recorded on our drive. So let me start with performance, and let's go in here and let's just take a look at the results. And as you can see, the data that we logged in that particular run, it shows you your 60 foot, 330 foot, eighth mile, 1,000 foot, and quarter mile times. It also shows you your speed splits, 0 to 10, 0 to 20, etc., and shows you the time. So let's go back, and I'm going to show you the maps, and I am totally enamored with the maps. So here is where we started our little journey around the lake, and as you can see, you can really move in with a fair amount of detail. Remember that the color coding that's over on the left, that color bar shows red being the slowest, yellow and then green and then blue being the fastest. It plots all of the speeds of the course that you drove. So check out some of this detail. Right over here, if you remember, we pulled into a parking area, and right down at the end we did a little K-turn. And so I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring up menu, we're going to go to map mode, and we're going to let it fill in. So it shows you actually right down to exactly what parking space we pulled into and turned around. I think that's pretty darn terrific. So again, I just drove around town, but you can imagine this in terms of if you were driving on a track course and you wanted to see your speeds at various places. And then you can see the whole course that we took. We kind of went out and about, and I'm going to fly down here to our little highway run. And this was kind of fun. If you remember, we up at the top, we kind of did a little pull. See the blue line? That's where we did our 0 to 60. Of course, we didn't break any local laws, but that blue represents the fastest that we drove on our trip. And then if you zoom right in here, you see the traffic pattern that we took, going around the little half a clover leaf here, the infinity or the figure 8, to turn around and come home. So all in all, that is a brief overview of the trip that we just took. So I think this is a good place to wrap up the video. That is a look at the OBDLink MX Plus OBD-II scanner. I think it's really cool to have an OBD scanner so you can diagnose error codes. I don't have any error codes on my brand new Mustang, but look, I have 2 old Hondas sitting out in the garage and in the driveway. So they are due for inspection this month. You better believe I'm going to plug this thing in and find out what might be wrong before bringing it over to the dealership. So that gives me a little bit of insight, and I think that these tools are really pretty cool. You can get scanners very inexpensively that just read the error codes The nice thing about this one is it has the great phone interface, and it has all the extra software, that lets you do the data logging, do the performance logging. I just had a ton of fun with it. So I'm really glad I got this. I hope this video was helpful. Like I said before, if you like the video, subscribe, click like, share, leave your comments below. This is Mike for Mike Fixed It. Be good, be well, be safe, and I look forward to talking to you very, very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.